Okay, so today I decided to do a video trimming my beard because I feel I do a pretty decent job for not being a professional. So anyway, hope you enjoy. Now, what I usually like to do first is shave because I like having a clean working area around the beard. And it just seems easier to see where I need to trim the beard without having all this stubble. You always want to make sure you have a sharp blade. Of course. You want to lather up pretty good. I think you all pretty much know this part. I probably use too much shaving cream, but oh well, it's cheap. And I usually get some on my robe, as you can see on the sides. But oh well, cleans up. I always thought shaving 101, basics 101 is you shave against the grain. But I see a lot of guys shaving with the grain. And I just feel you get a smoother shave going against it. For some reason, it just seems to work better that way. So that's what I'm going to do. And also, to save water, I don't keep it running the whole time I'm shaving. I only run it. First, make sure the water is hot. Then I only run it to rinse the blade and then turn it off. It's a great way to save water. First, I use the trimmer and I just trim the thickness of the mustache and the beard. So as you can see, it's grown out pretty good. You'll see after I'm done how I usually like to keep it. So I use this little comb. It's a great beard and mustache trimmer. And actually, first, before the comb, I just trim the length of the mustache. Now first, before I trim, what I do, I wear goggles. I don't know if you guys ever had hair in your eyes. It's very uncomfortable, and I don't like that. So, to avoid it, I put on the goggles, and I never get hair in my eyes. It's really awesome. Every now and then you have to put them up because they fog up. Let it clear, and you go again. I also trim about how wide I want the mustache and the beard to be. So I'll trim the edges here too. That's a pretty good starting point. Now, as you can probably see, the goggles are fogging up. So let that clear up a little bit. That's pretty cool. Now I'm going to start the trimming with the comb. And you should see how well it works, because it just gets all the hair up. And it just keeps a little thickness that you don't go past that. And that way you don't wind up trimming too short. So the comb is very important to use to get the right thickness. So I don't know if you can see the difference, but it trimmed this side really well. It's still thick here, a lot thinner here, so it works pretty good. Okay. Okay, so I got the mustache about where I want it, and then I'll continue with the beard. Got this side pretty well, so I'll continue with the rest. I'm not worried, I'm not concerned about the bottom of the beard because I'm going to trim that off anyway. I'm going to trim this side a little bit more in because it kind of looks uneven, like this is in more than this side. Yeah, a little bit. Now I'm going to shape it up a little bit more and trim around the bottom to get the length that I'm looking for. Trim around the bottom here. Still some scragglies here, so I'm going to use the comb a little more and try to get the rest of that. There we go. That's about good for that, I think. Maybe a little more here. Now, next what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a little goatee where it's just a line of hair coming down the center and then up and around, and in here will all be empty, be cut hair. So again, I'm going to go down this center, just a strip of hair here, and up and around. Now, I have a micro hair trimmer, and I can use that to get the fine details, but I find I don't need it. So I'm just going to use the trimmer, and I'll show you how that goes. I can't use the goggles with it because I need to see pretty well. And as you know, the goggles fog up, so. Now you want to make sure you go down the center of your nose, right down the center, and get an idea where the center of your face is, so you don't cut that part of the hair. It's a little tricky to do. It takes a few times before you get it. The first few times I did it, I was a little off. It's like, uh-oh. I just eyeball it and hope it works out. Now doing this part, I do go down at first to get the line. And then once I have the line, then I can trim up. Okay, I think that's pretty good where the center of my face is. So I'll get the other side. Then I try to even out the line here, the hairline. So that way I can have that straight. So as I see, I need to trim this side down more. Okay, that's not bad. I'll get the rest with the next step. So little thick over here. A little thick on this side. I want to trim it out a little more like this side. That's a little better. Now I'm going to go up and try to fine tune it. You want to get the corner of your blade right where you want it. So by doing the corner of your blade, it should get a good line for you. And then we'll fine tune it later with the other trimmer. Okay, so that's pretty good for the most part. Now, I switch to the 3-head trimmer. Now this, you have to be real careful of, because what I'm going to be doing is using only one of the circles. You don't want to use them all because you'll cut places you don't want to cut. So you just use, what I usually use is just the bottom trimmer. And when I have it on my face, I have it tilted out. So that way only the bottom trimmer is trimming where I need it. So again, just the bottom trimmer is all I'm going to use. So you want to have when it's on your face, you want to tilt it out. And just focus on the bottom blade, and that's all you need. So I'm going to clean up all this area as best I can, doing that. See, just that one spot already looks pretty good. It's very clean. See, it's very clean in there, and now I get the rest of it. Okay, you see it's looking pretty good. See, very good like that. So that's pretty much it for the trimming part. So it's not a professional job, but it's pretty damn good for doing it yourself. So now I just clean up around the bottom of the beard because it's still stubbly around there. Because I trimmed this and I didn't shave that part of it yet. So that's the next part. So you want to be careful where you cut with your blades because you don't want to trim off what you want to leave. So you got to be real careful where you be going with that. Okay, I'm just going to trim a little more. I still have a little more long hairs on the mustache right here. So I'm going to just trim the rest of those off. Okay, so that's pretty much it. Looks a lot better than it started with, didn't it? All right, cool.